Okay guys, how we doing? All right, we're here today shooting a wedding, a backyard wedding with the Pentax K-70. And this is typically not a wedding camera that you would use, but for a backyard setting, it works perfect. Especially with the 18 to 135, you can kind of, again, zoom in, get the crowd shots, whatever crowd you got, and it works real well. Again, a couple caveats about this. You would not use this for what I would call a professional wedding. You certainly can. I mean, the quality of the camera, the quality of the images it puts out, that's no problem whatsoever. And by the way, some of you already are familiar with the bride. That would be Gabrielle. She was in one of my Fuji videos. There's been a couple videos on my channel with Gabrielle. But just a couple things that you really have to keep in mind if you're shooting a wedding. Number one, first and foremost, your SD card. Don't use a cheap SD card. And when you only have one slot like this, like the Pentax K-70 does, you've got one card, one shot. You need to let your person know, your bride specifically, that there's always a chance that these may not come out. You can look at them and see that they've come out, but you also have to get that card out of the camera into the computer and then edit those shots, export those, then you've got a final product. Right now, when you get started, you've just got you're in the infancy stages. Anything can happen to that card. Anything can happen between the time that you end the wedding and you get them edited. So, and you can get your ass sued for that. So you got to be real careful. Make sure you explain, especially to family, because you got to live with these people the rest of their life. Yeah, you screwed up my wedding. So you don't want to be that guy that does that. And that's why a lot of people would say that's why you hire a professional. Well, you don't always need a professional. I, for instance, am not a professional wedding photographer, but I can take wedding photos in a backyard, right? It's just a bunch of portraits. You typically need a checklist to do, okay, you got to have the mother of the bride with the bride, the father of the bride with the bride, the mother and the father and the bride, the mother, father, groom, bride, you know, all that stuff. You got to go down your checklist. Sometimes they don't want all that. Today's wedding, I don't think we're going through all that. There's only a handful of people, and you know, that's just you know, they're just looking for some shots of the ceremony, and that's it. We got the GoPro going, and they're going to be happy with it. They're not hanging, you know, 36 by 24 prints on the wall, things like that. They'll probably, matter of fact, I think they said they're looking for one photo, and I believe we took that already before the wedding, just you know, the bride and groom, you know, kissing or whatever. I'm sure there'll be some photos through the wedding, in the wedding, that they'll like as well. But as far as printing and that sort of thing, probably one or two, and that's it. Most people in these days don't print their wedding photos. But if they do, you still got to give them quality. So I like this camera. This camera will be more than fine, I'm sure, today. I could use my Canon EOS RP full frame, but I want to use this. Hey, it's got the flash on here too. You never want to use on-camera flash in a wedding, but you know, you get in a position you might need to, the cake cutting, something like that, I don't know. So I think we got some decent shots. Maybe, you know, if you're doing a backyard wedding, something like that, you can pull it off. But just, again, you better have that talk with the bride beforehand. Make sure she understands what she's getting into. If she wants perfection and she wants guarantee, 100% guarantee, she's gonna have to spend that $1,500, $2,500 and get her a professional wedding photographer. If she wants you for free or a few $100, you need to explain, yeah, I can do the job and I can take great portraits and stuff like that, know how to use my camera, know how to use the flash, know how to do all that stuff, but sometimes that card can just get eaten, and you know, there's never a 100% guarantee that it's not. So always be careful, be leery of that. Like I said, you can get sued for stuff like that. Family members are probably the worst ones, so be careful. And I hope you enjoyed the video. More than anything, this was just kind of to see the quality you can get, once again, out of the Pentax K-70. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. We'll see you on the next one.